I'm pretty sure it's not designed for this. What is going on? Listen, increasingly I'm looking to maybe sneak up the trail a little farther, or, just hang out in some different localities. And when I get there, I'm an old cat. I'm panting already from this hike here. I want to sit down, maybe not on something like this weird moss-covered ant-infested rock or something. Granted, you could bring a chair. But hey, listen, at my age, you know what I really want to do? I want to find something under a little tree and maybe take a nap. And hey, listen, there's just a lot of people that aren't into wrapping a rope around a tree and, the environmental impact that's going on with that. So my friends at the Republic of Durable Goods, and this isn't even a new product. A couple years ago, they had a Kickstarter campaign that was for this right here. It's called a Mach 1. Now, it is a portable hammock. I had it in my back of my truck, slung it over my shoulder, toted it out here, and we're going to set it up, and I'm going to take a nap. All right, granted, listen, at 15 pounds, this isn't going to be something I'm going to backpack with or take on too long of a hike. I'm probably a mile into the woods right now. It was an easy carry. No big deal. This unit right here comes with a nice outer bag. It's got a little bit of ripstop nylon, nice, thick, chunky zippers. The unit itself is made out of, looks like some plastic. We're talking about nylon, ripstop materials, and stainless steel for the pipes. Let's get this thing unzipped a little bit and take a look at some of it. Just how easy this is. So the little carry handle itself is just a kind of a strap, and it zips and folds away. And then inside of that itself is another set of accessories. And this is going to be for like a little shade bonnet that we're going to be able to put up over the top of it. You can't find a cool spot, or you just need some of the sun out of your eyes or whatever, then you're going to be able to put this up here. All right, so keeping it together, aside from the little strappy we just took off of there is a little cam buckly thing here. You undo that buckle here, but also there's a catch that holds onto this leg right here. And once you've pulled that little strap off, this piece simply opens itself up. These little poles come up to the top on both sides. And then, as far as laying out your bed surface here, on the side, hooked to the frame, has a couple extra little clippies. And so you pull that little clippy off here, and you pull this out of the little clippy there, and you have the top of the bed. So then, up on this end here, you can see there's the little gitchies that are gonna hold your detents off of this. Stretch this out, make sure you have it facing your right direction so your pillow's up. And then you simply coordinate these buttons so they're on the outside. And this piece at the top right here simply slides into place into those gitchies. Same scenario on the bottom. It's clipped into position so it doesn't flail around. Pull it off, make sure it's stretched tight. Get your little gitchy set the right direction. Slide it on there. Stretch these out. One of the things I really like about this unit here is on the end caps, I'm not real good at sitting in hammocks, I'm gonna be honest with you. When they have that center point, I tend to roll and twist and do that funky loop and fly right out of the thing, All right, so the next little piece of accessory for this, if you're not just finding shade yourself, is this little shade bonnet that's gonna come with it. Just a little folds up, lies together, opens up to a little bonnet, and we can attach it to this. So how that works is on the end of the handles on one of the sides, there is a little screw. The end cap comes off just like that. And then on this little unit right here, there's a couple of little detents you can see that are on with a hole in it. And that just is going to fit right into 2 spots on these little detents here. You're going to put your screw back in, and you're going to screw this thing right into place. Same thing on this side. All right, so look, once you're on, secondarily, this thing has a second hinge in it. So it moves, and it's got little detents to keep it into position nice. So you could pull it back just to here, set your little shade cover up, and then, you know, you can make adjustments with the main stick here on how you, what angle you want it coming from, or, you know, what have you on there. All right, so drag it over here. Let's talk about what's gonna make this successful about setting up on otter terrains like this. So if you notice on the bottom, they do this extended foot. So the extended foot kind of has a 2-stage bottom pad. So it's not putting all your weight just into one spot in case you have soft ground or things like that, you know what I mean? And then, hey, while we're under here, so there's a basket to keep your stuff, man. You wanna put your baseball cap under here. There's actually some little drink holders that are down in here. So once you get to a place, you want to put your pack down but not have it on the ground. It's going to be suspended well right off the ground in this little thing here. Then, like I said, the double feet give you a better perch with this thing. And my experience so far with it is I actually kind of like when my head is a little higher. You know, so maybe like just a touch downhill. All right, so if you watch these videos before where I deal with chairs and things, you know, I'm kind of a big dude, so I run at the edge of their weight limits. So I'm sitting 220-ish right now. This is going to hold a 250-pound person. You're not going to be able to be a huge lumberjack and get this out. But I haven't, in my experience so far, no stretching, no weird, anything like that. So, and like I said, based on the tops of these two things being on flat bars versus being on a swivel, it just makes it real easy to pop in and out of that thing, you know? And now I'm just, hey, I'm at the lake. I got a hammock out. I didn't have to tie it to any trees, you know, and this thing is, like I said, I'm even very close to the weight limits on this thing, and I'm not hearing any creaking. You know, it's kind of moving around a little bit, but, you know, sink in. But what happens if you have a problem with this thing? Well, Republic of Durable Goods, they have 24/7 online contact. And they're guaranteeing that if you contact with any problems, that they'll take care of them for you. You know, people are concerned about how sturdy this is, or these pipes gonna bend, you know, something like that. So for a unit that is supposed to only hold a 250-pound person, and I'm at 220, I mean, we are rocking and rolling on this thing right now, and, you know, one of my feet is sinking in just a little bit, so let's adjust some of that. But I mean, I'm not sure that I'm seeing much of any problem with, you know, the structure. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's not designed for this. All right, Republic of Durable Goods sent me this unit. But if you want to get yours, like I said, check out the link in the description. I'm going to add it to my Amazon store. Check it out. Might be the way to go for you. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all take it easy.